You ain't never seen a man turn leg gold with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world, mind in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'm a death of bullets fluid. All this winter therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They be trying to drain my energy up with the battery is not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, then she folded. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy. Now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of old cheese. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka laka, bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it. I ball out like a nudist hooping. Or a Hoosier student. Got the problem, I'm a Rubik's Cupid. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded, get it rooted with the shroom I'm using. Everything you.
Peace, family, and welcome to another episode Underground Railroad Productions. This is your host, Brother Rich, back once again with the living legend, Professor Griff. Welcome back to the show, brother.
Greetings, Brother Rich, and it's a pleasure to be back here on Underground Railroad. Of course, y'all know I'm not the conductor. I'm just in a seat, probably in like the third car, sitting behind all the other brothers you have on your show, the Phil Valentine and the rest of them, bro. For real.
Yo, Griff, I'm gonna tell you before we start the show, man. I seen a video of Flavor Flav playing the piano, and I was shocked. I said, damn, I ain't know Flav could play it like that. Flav was doing his thing on the piano, man.
Oh, yeah, Flav. I told you Flavor can play about 10, 12, 13 instruments.
Wow.
Flavor's very, very, very talented, man. I just wish he would have used some of that talent, man, in a better way to make a better life for himself, because I wouldn't be in nobody's goddamn casino getting my ass whipped. Fuck that. Yeah. I wouldn't be getting no beat down like that. I'm sorry, man. Y'all might as well say, okay, I don't know what happened to Griff, man. He must be living in Morocco, saying on a mountain somewhere, because, hey, that would be the last ass whipping. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, nah.
Right.
I'm sorry. That was just embarrassing, man, for the brother, man. But I'm glad he's doing well. I gave him a call on one of the last numbers I had, but no response to see how he was doing, man. But I talked to a few people. He's doing all right, man. But like I said, Flavor got talent up the wazoo, man. Flavor could play the damn harmonica.
Wow. Damn, bro.
That's serious, man. Yeah. Man. But we're going to send some positive energy out there for Flav. Just got to be mindful, man, especially in a city of sin. Be mindful who you traveling with out there, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Watch your back, bro.
Well, I want to talk to you about, recently Jay-Z was on the Van Jones show on CNN, and some comments were made that everybody's talking about, even President Trump. So I want to talk to you about, I want to clear up some confusion when Trump keeps talking about black unemployment. I don't know if people know the facts, and I don't know if people know just who is lying. So let me just start with the show, the Van Jones show on CNN. It was Grammy weekend. Everybody was in New York, and I guess the Van Jones show was in New York. And just part of the exchange, Van Jones asked Jay-Z, referring to Trump, does he have a point that maybe the Democrats have been giving us good lip service, but no jobs? Maybe he's going to say terrible things, but put money in our pockets. Does that make him a good leader? Jay-Z responded by saying no, because it's not about money at the end of the day. Money doesn't equate to happiness. It doesn't. That's missing the whole point. You treat people like human beings. That's the main point. It goes back to the whole thing. Treat me really bad and pay me well. It's not going to lead to happiness. It's going to lead to, again, the same thing. Everybody's going to be sick. Jay went on to say, you don't take the trash out, you keep spraying whatever over it to make it acceptable, and then, as things grow, then you create a superbug, and now we have Donald Trump, the superbug. So those are some other things that Jay-Z said. Well, Donald Trump responded on Twitter by saying, Somebody please inform Jay-Z that because of my policies, black unemployment has just been reported to be at the lowest rate ever recorded. So according to statistics, black employment dropped to 6.9% in December, beating the previous low of 7% in April of 2000. So with that being said, Professor Griff, I want to get your, I need you to tell me some facts here. I mean, are these alternative facts from Trump, or are these the real facts from Trump? When he says black unemployment is at an all-time low because of him. Please talk to me about this, Professor Griff.
Well, no, that's not actually factual. First of all, both black and white people, as far as unemployment statistics, have steadily, especially black people, have steadily declined since, I believe, 2010. So even when Barack Obama was doing his thing, black unemployment was steadily, incrementally on decline, in increments. Every single year or so, it's been going down further and further and further. Just to be clear. So when Trump says that, it could sound factual for those of us that's not going to do the factual research. But the fact of it is, black unemployment has steadily been going down. So when he says that, there's a degree of truth to it, but it's masked in an obvious fact. If anyone would just kind of do some basic research, Brother Rich. That's number one. Number two, it's not surprising that Van Jones has a show, I believe, 2 or 3 times a month on CNN, simply because CNN has had Van Jones on at least 200 or 300 times. Van Jones was the go-to guy for CNN in some of these cases. He was there with the Prince situation, there with the uprisings, there for the Baltimore thing, the Ferguson thing, and a few other things. I wasn't surprised that Van Jones got a show, but for Van Jones, as borderline conservative slash liberal slash I could be their bootlicking Uncle Tom go-to bobblehead, to I know what the hell I'm talking about, Professor Griff, be quiet. Guy, for him to have Jay-Z on, wow. I'm like, okay. I knew he was going to come out the gate with just a panelist of white people on to give stats about whatever. But he had Jay-Z on, and I might owe Van Jones an apology because I was shocked. I didn't know it was going to be Jay-Z. I didn't think he was going to come out the gate like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying having Jay-Z on is the end-all to be-all. But if CNN gives you a show, and you try to tote the line to be that ultra-conservative, pretending like you're a liberal, I'm going to be neutral kind of black guy, the only black guy in the room, I think the last person you would have had on was Jay-Z. But I was even surprised at Jay-Z, Brother Rich. Brother Jay-Z handled himself in a lot more mature than I thought he would handle himself, and answered the questions to the point where they were on point. He was very transparent and very upfront. But you and I both know there's some other things happening behind the scene. You understand what I'm saying? Which we don't want to get into in this particular conversation, but I'm glad that he spoke directly to Trump. If that's Donald Trump's way of communicating via Twitter, then fine. We'll tweet you. We'll meet you wherever you are to give you the facts. Black unemployment rate has always been higher than white people's. Black unemployment rate has always been on decline ever since 2010 or so. White people can't look like black people. Our unemployment rate stats will, if white people had to experience that, they would think this is the Great Depression, as Van Jones said.
Wow.
So we have to understand this particular dynamic. We're bending, stretching, flipping our money so many times in the hood to make a decent living just in order to survive. So that aspect of it, I'm not sure if Van Jones understands.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. But why do you think Trump jumped so fast to respond to Jay-Z? Now he's a rapper, and you have another rapper, Eminem, who's looking for a fight with Trump. Calls him out every time he gets the opportunity. But Trump purposely ignores Eminem, does not respond to Eminem. Is this what is there? Do you sense some you know? I don't want to go against a white guy, a white rapper, but I'm gonna go because Bill Maher just said Bill Maher said Trump likes to pick fights with black people. So do you sense that when you see him coming at Jay-Z and not Eminem, Professor Griff?
Yes, of course. Eminem put himself right in Trump's crosshairs, basically touting him. You know, come get me, calling him out to the center of the ring. But Trump don't want that fight with Eminem. I think Eminem has a lyrical sword that I think Donald Trump doesn't want to deal with, nor the people around Donald Trump. And white people couldn't take on a national stage, or even a global stage, they couldn't take him going up against Eminem. Eminem has an idea of what black people go through, and I think he'll speak from that. He'll speak from that perspective in the way that he knows how, inside of the context of this culture called hip hop. And Donald Trump does not want that, because with Eminem already has the gloves off. I think Eminem will take it a step further, call him to the center of the ring, all right, and give him the mic first, and then I think Eminem will slay him. Plain and simple, man. He doesn't want that fight with Eminem. You'll see him a lot of times. He doesn't even want the fight with white people that even stand up for themselves. This is why he'll pick on black people that don't have the gumption or the gall or the testicular fortitude to speak up for themselves. Because it's almost like an ingrained fear for some strange reason, and I don't know what they fear. Donald Trump is a man. You understand what I'm saying? And not very bright one. I've heard white people on some of these news sources say that Donald Trump is brilliant. I'm trying to figure out where. If you look at his failures as opposed to what he's accomplished, that's not a good track record, man. That doesn't speak to brilliance to me. The whole idea of bullying people in business, that's not brilliant to me. That's banksterism. That's gangsterism in the name of doing business. So I'm really trying to understand that. Back to your question. I think Eminem and people like Eminem that just so happen to be white has something to offer people like Donald Trump who need to understand. I look at people like Eminem as the bridge that may bridge some kind of understanding for people like Donald Trump to understand what black people go through, pardon me. Unlike Diamond and Silk, them two use as tampons that Fox always has come on black people.
Yeah, crazy.
It's sad, man. I like to get some two heifers in a room and just talk to them, for real. Anyway.
When you hear during the interview with Van Jones, Jay-Z, and they were talking about Trump's behavior, Jay-Z said that something happened to Trump. Do you think when you act like that, when you act like Donald Trump, arrogant, boisterous, immature, is that a signal that something happened to you when you were young? Or is that just what some people would say rich white men behave?
I think it's a little of both. I think he still has the silver spoon in his back pocket. I think spoiled-ass brats that grow up to be the president, I think they have a chip on their shoulder having something to prove. I think white men with tiny white penises and a lot of money have a lot to prove all over the globe. This is why we have this dynamic called racism, white supremacy. I think men in positions of power have sparked and spawned a movement now that all women by taking notice to whatever degree of power, whatever complexion the man is. We're going to start dealing with women in a more respectful way. Notice I said we and not them. That's a message for you and I also, Brother Rich. But it's the powerful men like Donald Trump that are in power, that wield their power so much so to the point where they feel it's all right, and they are above the law, where they can walk around calling women out their names and grabbing crotches and this kind of thing. I heard Mark Dice. You know Mark Dice, the one that hates black people, who talks about the Illuminati and some other stuff.
Right.
He basically was in the middle of Jay-Z's songs, he's calling black women bitches and hoes. But what the fuck does Donald Trump call all women? Not in the middle of his song, but the middle of speeches, at press conferences, in the White House. You understand? Before, during, and after work. So let's get that nonsense straight now. Do you understand what I'm saying? As I said several interviews ago, I see Jay-Z maturing. I saw the maturity in the music on his last album. Some people kind of made some comments on the YouTube clip about me giving Jay-Z those kind of props, but real recognizes real, Brother Rich. And I know when a man is maturing, and I know when a man is sounding different because I was such a man. You understand what I'm saying? That sounded a certain way at one time, but began to mature and come into my own, and no one understands certain things. Plain and simple. And I think that's just real. The Me Too movement is a very real thing. I've had brothers over the weekend, man, curse me out, hang the phone up on me because I won't side with them and take the stand that black women are messed up. Black women are messed up because they accuse black men of doing this, that, and the other, dragging black men to court and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking the side of black women. I'm taking the side of truth. Black women and black men, neither one of us are wrong. We need to understand racism, white supremacy, so we can understand that we're better together. I'm a proponent, and I'm going to perpetuate black love because I think that's exactly what we need, Brother Rich. I think a lot of us need to come off the ego trip, get off the testosterone train. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us are really in love, Brother Rich, but we won't even admit it because we want to be hard. We want to be hard on you, too.
Right.
You get home to your woman or your wife or your mate or your queen, and you lay up in her bosom and sucking your goddamn thumb and you doze off. That's how soft you are. But there ain't nothing wrong with admitting that. But you want to sound tough. But that's cool. There's nothing wrong with black love, Brother Rich, and we need to demonstrate that simply because racism, white supremacy has stepped it up, Brother Rich. Have you seen the new sex robots?
Oh, the sex bots, yeah, man. That's insane, man.
Oh, my God, that is insane, man. What racism, white supremacy is stepping it up to the point where we already went through a period of black women say they don't need no damn man. I don't want no nigga. Next it's going to be, I don't want no human. The hell with y'all. I'm just going to have me 4 or 5 of these little robots at home and I'm straight, man. Serious, man.
It's crazy, man.
It's really crazy. That's what it's coming to, though, Brother Rich. Siddiqui Bakari from the West Coast dealing with transhumanism said it 10 years ago. Go look up his work, Siddiqui Bakari. He said it, man. Here it is coming to pass, man. They turned Tupac into a sex idol in his death. Now Tupac's a sex idol, but the hologram version Tupac. The robot Tupac is now a sex idol. I put it on my page on Facebook, man. It's like, wow. So you're going to turn Tupac into a sex idol. These some demons, man, for real.
Yeah, they have the virtual reality, the glasses now, where you could, where it's like simulated sex with like, I guess, with like your porn star celebrity. So dudes put on the headphones and they think they in another world, and they're touching things that ain't there. It's insane, Griff.
It is insane, man.
Artificial oh man,
intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Black Dot said it some time ago. He said them cats gonna put on them glasses and start smoking that synthetic weed, and they're gonna check out of here, man. They putting on them glasses. They having sex with their favorite porn star, And like I said, man, we don't see them for a week, man. They locked in their room. They got some fucking they got some they got some Doritos and a Pepsi, and they checking the fuck out, man.
Oh man. Well, let me ask you this, Griff. In the interview, one of the things that people are commenting on is when Jay-Z said money doesn't equate to happiness. A lot of people can't respect that coming from someone who's rich according to society standards. Does that statement sound contradictory coming from a man who's worth over $500 million to you? Once you make over that amount, are you not allowed to make that statement, Professor Griff, because it sounds like a contradiction at that point?
It sounds like a well-paid-for contradiction coming from Jay-Z when him and Jermaine Dupri was the one talking about money ain't a thing. Throwing money at the camera, spitting at the camera. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a minute ago, money was everything. And even on his last album, he talked about that. How he could have flipped $12 million and did X, Y, and Z. It must mean something. You understand what I'm saying? I heard him say that him and his wife are not celebrities. They're just a couple that people look at them as being celebrities. Stop that, bro. You positioned yourself to be a celebrity. Plain and simple. And on every one of your projects, you talked about money. Held it up as a god, even. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a big contradiction. But I still see him in his growth. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Inside of anyone's growth, mine included, you're going to see some contradiction. In Tupac's growth, I saw contradiction. In Barack Obama, I saw contradiction. I see contradiction in the black community. But we need to continue to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
The contradiction is not the full story, Brother Rich. It's aspects of the story in the making.
Indeed. When you when you think about black unemployment and you think about, you know, the whole from when you're young, they tell you to go to school because if you go to school, you could get a good job. So we go to school, go to elementary school, high school. Hopefully we make it to college, go to college, get a degree. Then we want to get a good job. For whatever reason, black women are excelling way more than black men when it comes to getting degrees, when it comes to the school system, period. Why do you think that is, Professor Griff? Do you think that, just tell me, why do you think black women seem to be excelling at a much rapid pace than black men are when it comes to degrees and when it comes to excelling at school?
I think three things, Brother Rich. Number one, I think women learn a different kind of way than black men learn. I've always said I think black women are a lot smarter than black men when it comes to this system under racism, white supremacy, and they seem to excel a lot faster, a lot greater ease than black men. Number two, I just think women are wired different to the point where they can tolerate it, the pushback, so much so that when you understand, and this is the second and third point, when you understand racism, white supremacy, you have to understand it from the perspective that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing gave it to us. She says black women don't pose a threat to racism, white supremacy. It's black men that do. Black men are the target. The destruction is because they want to destroy the black man, because she said it is that genetic material that lies in the testicles of the black man that can successfully destroy white people. So we have to understand something. Women don't pose a threat. And I think aspects of the society, as far as education is concerned, is set up to the point where women will excel. And that's part of the trick also. Throw the balance of the family off by making the black woman, the breadwinner. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's in the Willie Lynch letter. And we need to understand the balance in the black family is thrown off. It shouldn't matter what my wife makes in the household. Whether she makes more than me, we make equal, or whatever. We understand our prospective roles, and we play those roles according to our family structure. You understand what I'm saying? the bills get paid. Whether she pay him, I pay him, we pay him together, doesn't matter. They get paid. Food ends up on the table. You understand what I'm saying? Whether I provided, she provided, or we provided, nonetheless, the children eat, Brother Rich. I think we need to kind of redefine and redirect how we view ourselves as far as the family structure. Keep in mind, Brother Rich, these are the same people that targeted the black family and broke the black family up. And one of the tactics that they used was making sure the black woman exceeded and excelled over the black man. And then turned around and made the black man the villain and made black women hate black men. So much so, every story we turn around and hear from a successful black woman or even a successful black man, oh, man, I grew up without a dad in the house. How many times have you heard that story, Brother Rich?
Yeah.
Too many times. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I never told her that line, man. My dad passed on when I was 6. But you don't hear me crying like that. You understand what I'm saying? I grew up, my dad passed on when I was 6. My uncle stepped up. My older brother stepped up. I had, 6, 7 uncles. They stepped up. People in the community stepped up. So, plain and simple. If you left it up to Diamond and Silk, they said straight up, man, they wanted Jay-Z to stop crying like a little bitch and the little trick that he is. They called him a trick on national TV.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, okay. They must have got the code in the hood, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Violation right there, but anyway, I'm just saying. I would be careful toting that line, Diamond and Silk. Seriously. You don't know who Jay-Z knows.
Right. Well, I got one more question for you, Professor Griff. When it comes to Trump making comments about, they talked about Trump and his immigration policies and his shithole comments, and a lot of people don't like the comments Trump made, but I guess people would say that Hillary Clinton still gets to go on the Grammys, and everybody's laughing, and everybody still loves Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton actually treated Haiti like a shithole country, and her and her husband, and they said a lot of money was stolen from Haiti during the earthquakes with the Clinton Foundation. I understand people not knowing what was going on with the Clintons years ago before the internet and all this information was available. But now with all the information available, do you think, black celebrities are deliberately, selectively, not paying attention to this information when it comes to Hillary Clinton? Because I guess, they still see Hillary Clinton as being on their side. Are they deliberately not paying attention to this information, or do you think they honestly just, think Hillary Clinton is for them?
I think all of the above. I think to the degree where Hillary Clinton and the Clintons, period, seem like the Clintons have a proverbial blindfold for black people, that we don't see any of the damage that they have done. They have done more damage to black people probably than the Bushes, and definitely the wrinkled dude, Reagan. But I'm saying to you, Brother Rich, in no uncertain terms, the Clintons have damaged black people, and we still haven't recovered from it. There are black people still in jail because of the Clintons. I'm saying to you, Jay-Z was one of the main ones that he rose for Hillary Clinton. Did you see how he was campaigning for Hillary?
Yeah, real hard. Yeah, real hard.
Real hard. And I'm saying to you, I think Jay-Z is blinded partly because of the Clintons and who they are, who they connected to, and then he's partly blinded simply because of a dislike for Donald Trump. You can dislike somebody so much it'll blind you, Brother Rich, to the point where that's all you lend your energy to. And I'm saying to you, that's why I said all the above, Brother Rich. We are blinded by the Trump light, which is really darkness. Do you understand what I'm saying? That we spend so much time talking about the negative things that Donald Trump has done and is doing that we fail to take time, take a deep breath to make progress for ourselves. And this is a very real dynamic, and we need to understand it for what it is. Most of the people that you see speaking up and speaking out against Donald Trump were not neutral in the election. They voted for Hillary. Automatically, right there, you suspect, Jay-Z. Because give us some factual reasons why you put all your energy like that behind Hillary Clinton. Give us some stats. Give us some statistics. Just like Donald Trump said, he called you on the carpet with the tweet. And basically, like, someone informed Jay-Z that I'm doing something for black people because of my policies, black unemployment is down. Wait a minute. Did anybody stop to dissect that, Brother Rich? What policies was he talking about? No, Brother Rich, I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious. Because when I hear statements like that, I piece them apart. Because of my policies. Can we right now name 3 policies that he's put in place to help black people? Jay-Z said, no, money's not the thing at the end of the day. What about your human characteristics and how you treat people at the end of the day? I'm sure Jay-Z has butlers, maids, people that clean his house, chauffeurs to help with, and midwives and all this kind of stuff to help with the children, right or wrong.
Yeah, indeed.
You can't treat them people messed up because they're in and out your personal space. They're in and out your home. They're handling your children, right? Even those people have to have a level of respect. Am I right or wrong? What did Hillary Clinton ever do, Jay-Z? And I need you to answer this, bro. My phone number is 678-557-2919. Call me anytime. You understand what I'm saying? What did Hillary Clinton do to get that much respect from you that you would ride and die for this chick? You understand what I'm saying? What did Hillary Clinton do that was so monumental in your eyes, so meaningful in your eyes that you would ride for her like that, knowing her and her husband's history and how they handled black people, knowing the policies that they put in place? I would love to have saw Jay-Z on Van Jones' show. Answer Van Jones with this, Brother Rich. Excuse me, Van, what policies is Donald Trump talking about? Because every policy that he has put forth thus far, and he's only been in office a little over 100 days, pardon me. What policies is he talking about, Van? Can you have the people, because as you know at CNN, they got a room full of people doing stats and sitting in front of computers pulling up graphs and charts. You know that, right, Brother Rich?
Yeah.
And you know those glass tables that Don Lemon and the rest of them sit at. You know there's computers under those glass tables, right?
Yeah.
You know they feed them information, that little piece that they have in their ear, right?
In the ear, yeah.
Okay, so you know that they have a machine behind them, Brother Rich. So they could have easily pulled up that information. What policies have Donald Trump put forth that have actually helped black people? When you really look at it, you pull one layer away, Brother Rich, black unemployment may be down, but there's a few other things that are up, brother. How about the prison population? How many black people went to jail over the last 100 days, Brother Rich? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about some of the other policies that don't reach CNN on how black police or white police officers are handling black people in the hood? Let's talk about some of those policies. Let's talk about how many people have been in and out of the White House like a damn used condom. How many people have you fired? How many people people that you've disrespected? How many black people that you've brought to the White House that were supposed to be your bridge to the black community that you let go, that you stained their reputation, that you hired them just because they look black? You understand what I'm saying? Let's talk about some of those policies and some of those things. I still want to get the policies that Donald Trump put in place. My last point, white people, stop trying to rap on YouTube and taking Donald Trump and making rap songs out of it. It's just not working. Stop that. That's just not working. Another thing, white people, if y'all are hearing, if y'all within the sound of my voice, can y'all leave me a message and let me know what policies Donald Trump has put in place that would cause black unemployment to decline? I really want to know that. And if you don't feel like writing it or revealing who you are, you can make an anonymous phone call to 678-557-2919. I'll answer the phone. I'm good. Just give me a call. I really appreciate you, Brother Rich, for your insight and the way you position your questions to pull some of this information out of those people that you interview. I think that's the hallmark of a good journalist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some journalists ask the question but don't know how to pull themselves and pull their ass out of the answer. You answer to the person that you're interviewing. I'm serious, man.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, ask the goddamn question, then be quiet for a minute. Let the person you're interviewing answer the question, right or wrong. Anyway.
leave your info, brother. Let them know about your documentary and everything you got coming up, brother.
All right, my website is under construction, www.professorgriff.me. It'll be up in a few weeks, but people can go directly to www.gofundme.com/Professor Griff Film Oculus Inc. Professor Griff Film Oculus Inc. If you want to donate to the film. I haven't reached the $1,000 mark yet, Brother Richard. Hopefully, within the next few weeks, I'll be able to reach that mark. But the people will be surprised the progress that I've made with getting the DVD cover done, having certain meetings, getting people in place to shoot it. I'm contacting the people I want to interview. I've mapped out the locations I need to go in order to shoot some of the footage. I'm just waiting for the weather to clear up in certain places. So with the few dollars that I did raise during the GoFundMe, and I really appreciate everybody that gave a nickel, dime, quarter, a couple of pennies, or a few $100s. I really appreciate it. I'm humbled at the fact that y'all have that much confidence in your brother and you're helping me see this vision. But my number is 678-557-2919. My email address is seriousminds.info@gmail.com. Of course, you can catch me on Facebook, Kavan Shah /Professor Griff. I'm on IG, just Professor Griff. And Brother Rich, I look forward to these interviews simply because I have pulled back off of social media simply because, you do this work and it's a tireless effort that you kind of do this work to present a degree of information and truth to the people, and then when they're lackluster in their support, it's kind of it makes you sit back and think, wow, I'm giving a lot of energy and time to get the information to the people, but the people won't even give up a food stamp or a Captain Crunch coupon. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's critical. So I'm targeting certain groups, certain individuals. I'm only going to certain places. I'm even cutting back on some of the lectures. I done turned a few cities down. I'm like, no, I'm going to spend my time a lot more wisely, man, in 2018. I'm not going to be zigzagging across the country. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to put in quality time instead of quantity time, Brother Rich.
Indeed.
Plain and simple. And my wife basically sat down and talked. It's like, listen, you've been teaching the people all these years since you was a teenager. It's like, no, as your wife, I'm not going to allow you to be whipping and running the country and doing stuff for free all the time and flying your own self in and people can't support. And I'm like, no, you got a point there. You're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to end up in the hospital. And you understand what I'm saying? And then all the people going to support you then? She says, nope, not at all. I'm trying to keep you on the planet, healthy, alive. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to understand her position. And that's real, man.
That's real. No, that is real. As they say, facts.
Exactly. I want to shout out DJ Naz at the Decatur Boxing Gym in Decatur. Me and my wife are in the gym, getting our boxing skills up to par, keeping our martial arts techniques in place. Because I swear, man, that Flavor Flav situation in the lobby of the hotel in Vegas at the casino, that ain't going to be me, Brother Rich. That's not going to be me, man. Not at all, man. That should be a wake-up call for all of us, man. Get up off our fat ass, lazy asses, and get to the gym, man. Plain and simple. Let me tell you something, Brother Richard. I'm up to 3,000 punches and kicks a week.
That's
a week. You understand what I'm saying? 1,200 every Tuesday and Thursday, and then the alternate days that I work out on my own with me and my wife, I'm throwing 800 and 900. And we just got to keep ourselves to the point where we got to defend ourselves, man, plain and simple. I'm never the aggressor. But I'm going to fight like hell with those that fight with me, man. You understand? I tell everybody all the time. Yeah, man, I'm about $152, 5'5.5", 5'6". Yeah, I may not come out on top, but I tell you one thing, man, you're going to have a fight on your hands, plain and simple. And I'll fight you to the death. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. That's why I'm staying in shape, man. Shout out to Flavor Flav, man. Give me a call, bro.
Indeed. Shout out to Flav, man. Indeed. Then once again, family, this is Brother Rich, Underground Railroad. Shout out to everybody who's supporting on Patreon. We're coming by the end of this week with the Black Mirror Decoded. It's going to be off the hook, man. So stay tuned for that. If you're not part of Patreon, make sure you sign up. Thanks to everybody for supporting on PayPal. Thanks for everybody tuning in. This is Brother Rich, Professor Griff. We're signing out. We're going to see you next week, family. Peace.
Hey. Yeah. Black magic. Hey. You ain't never seen a man turn leg gold with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world, mind in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'm a death, the bullet's fluid. All this winter therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They been trying to drain my energy up with the battery, it's not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, then she folded. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy, now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of OGs. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka laka, bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it, I ball out like a nudist hooping. Or a who's your student, got the problem, I'm a Rubik's Cupid. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded, getting rooted with the shroom I'm using. Everything you